Hi, I'm making this video to answer common questions I get from people when they ask for help. Today, I'm going to address this question. So, Muntoh, let's say if you are not around and your parents need some help, what would be your options for them? Okay, now that is a very common question I get. They want this question simply means that they are looking for examples. They're looking for a model that they can follow upon to take care of their parents, and they hope that me being doing a lot of care advisory work and consultancy work, I can help them. So let me just put to answer this question, I put into a few perspectives. Okay, first of all, I think let's put what is similar first between me and other children who look for help. Then I will deal with the how to prepare to manage your parents. What are the things that you normally need to do? The few important principles. And then, of course, I give you the options at the end. So let's start with what is similar. Now, what is similar is that I had parents, you have parents. You have mom and dad, I have mom and dad. Okay. Mine were old. Now yours are old. So that means what we have is similarity is that we have a family. Okay, that is the only similarity. And of course, my parents, some of my father had was unable to walk towards the end of his life, and most of you will have some sort of diseases, to deal with. So these are the only similarity that we have. Other than that, there are many things which we are not the same. First of all, okay, now the way I financial issues, financial standing affect affect the decisions. The context, the way I'm brought up, my environment, whom I married, what my parents were, and how many brothers and sisters I have. All this will dictate my the way I do things as well. So we have similarities and we have a lot of the similarities. In other words, every one of you with parents are faced with a very unique situation. Yours and mine, while we have biologically we are very similar, contextually, the way we brought up, the culturally sometimes, we are very different. So bear that in mind. Now, the second thing is I don't want to talk about um, is the principles that you need to prepare even before you deal with your parents. The principles behind it. For example, okay, very deep down core principles. Now, the way I'm brought up is I look at my father. My father never abandoned any one of the family members till the end of life. So I have made a stand over the years. My first principle is that I will be there for my father and mother and allow them to die, to live and die the way they want it to be. So my first principle is that I'll allow them to do that because I saw what my father did for his parents and his brothers and sisters and friends and relatives. So that's principle number one. The principle number two is how much am I prepared to sacrifice? Now it doesn't matter who you are. There, whatever decision is, there is something for you to sacrifice. Whether it's money, it's time, and sometimes maybe your love life, sometimes other relationship with your other family, your wife and children. So there are many things that you are prepared to sacrifice. Okay, let me tell you what my decision is. My first principle dictates my second principle, and my second principle is I'm prepared to sacrifice. Okay, now what did I sacrifice in my early days? I have to sacrifice when I come back to Malaysia to work. I sacrificed my PR ship in UK. That's 30 years ago. I gave up my PR and I make a decision, say, no, I will take care of my father. I want to be a good son. I can tell you this. Um, you may think it sounds like heroic, but now looking at the way the country is, sometimes I think I'm pretty stupid to do that. Oh my God, why did I do that? But I'm prepared to sacrifice that. Okay. Now, the other thing is I'm prepared to sacrifice is to time and that's together with my brothers and sisters, we are prepared to rush back and get things done. So the two principles are very important. How I make decision for my parents. Now, since I allow my father and mother to live and die the way they chose, Okay, first thing I did was, of course, I pray very hard because my dad cycled at the age of 85. He cycled to town to play his mahjong and come back every day. My mom has to cycle across a highway to go to the market every day, every morning. She loves to do that because her friends were there. So I pray a lot. I can tell you this. But I also make certain provision. I made friends. I have a lot of good friends over the years. I thank God for that. So I have friends who are prepared, and even relatives. At one phone call, while I'm not there, they are ready to on the go. No questions asked. Those are my kind of friends. No questions asked. One phone call, poof, they are there to take care of my father and mother, including one. They handled the last stage of his life when I was caught up, handling some major issues with the nursing home and some conditions there. So when I was busy, my friend took care of my family. So that is also one thing, having friends and family. Two, I also have make a arrange for physio for my father. So the physio became a good friend of mine. So by having that, what happened was uh, he also took care of my father. I took care of the physiotherapist, and he also took care of my parents, and he would on their own, on his own, he would go and check on them. So when we set an environment for yourself earlier on, okay, so that is making friends you can depend on, and don't be afraid to be vulnerable. You cannot be a hero all the time. And the last part is be vulnerable. Don't be afraid to be vulnerable. Okay, you need help. Now, what are the options you have? Of course, you have nursing homes, you have private care, and all those things. So all those things are there, but you can always make use of all of that as well. Now, that's all I want to say to answer the question is options are there. So I hope this will help you. Thank you very much.